Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. Okay, let's do a quick collective reading. This morning I was tuning into Mars going into Aries today, 24th of May. And I know Venus is already in Aries. I think she's only in Aries for the next 4 days and then she moves on. And again, I like to go to my book, so I've gone to this book here today and just tuned into Mars, Venus in Aries and let the book fall open. And it's fallen open at a chapter called A Taste of the Garden of Eden in Real Time Today. I can't even make it up, honestly, I promise you. Are you ready? The biblical version presents the golden apple guardian as a tempter and deceiver, as an infernal being, brackets, a serpent or Satan, who precipitates the downfall of Adam and Eve. He tempts Eve to eat the apple, and that wrecks the paradisial life for her and Adam. I propose that the more accurate presentation of this allegory, based on its multiple geomantic copies in the Earth's visionary geography, is that the dragon, brackets, not a serpent, not Satan either, represents Kundalini, the primal energy of the first chakra that enables one, brackets, the Adam and Eve within us, to wake up, see the world and ourselves, an acquisition of awareness of selfhood, represented by eating the golden apple. Just a coincidence. And here I'm going to deliberately confuse you, because we can follow astrology unquestioningly, or we can tune into our body and ask what is really going on. And so here's the confusion. For me, Mars is in Pisces, because it feels like heavy, deep water. It feels like Mars is activating something deep. And it's in the water. It's in the water of me. So it's in the deep emotion of me. So I checked True Sidereal and Mars is in Pisces. So here's my confusing challenge. Tune into your body. If you feel full of fire and activated, then Mars is in Aries for you. And if you feel kind of heavy and groggy, then it might be that Mars is in Pisces. And so this is where we personalize astrology and speak to the bigger picture. Okay. So I just want to speak to Mars and Venus, the masculine and feminine within us. Okay. This isn't a soulmate reading. This is about the energies within us, what's changed, and maybe how we can utilize, card explosion, how we can utilize their energies. Where's this? Okay. Right. Okay. Now, I'm kind of speaking to both with this card. We've got that. I mean, this is very masculine, the wand. So you could think about that as the Ace of Wands, the birth of passion, but it's coming in on this 45-9, which is the dissolving, the completion, the falling away of the ego, the taking of the wisdom and turning that into light in the world, sharing that with the collective, repairing the veil. That's the solar plexus energy. The solar plexus feels quite full and heavy today, but not in a fiery, impassioned way, in like a soporific, relaxed, very loving way. So forgiveness of what? And who are we forgiving and what are we forgiving? Because forgiveness implies blame. I don't know what your relationship is with blame, but have a look at that. For me, it's about acceptance and understanding and taking the lessons. That's Pisces. Or it's the emptying of the solar plexus. We'll find out when we pull some clarifiers. 16:7. Gosh, it's like, how do you wield your wand? It's like, how do you balance the energy? What are you pouring into your heart? What are you fusing into beingness? What are you fusing into beingness? What is your relationship with empty? Because empty can also be the void, presence of the void. And here we go again. I've lost count of the number of times this card has been out. I make my own karma. So here we go. How do you use your light? How do you use 16:7? Seven is the number of the mystic, the moon, what's hidden deep in that empty well. This is actually speaking into Mars in Pisces. The deep, deep water. What is being activated? So I've already spoken in dragon, serpent, kundalini. Seven. I'm going to bring this into the 3D because we're coming up on a new moon at the end of May, I believe. I don't know where it's happening, but we're talking about new beginnings. We're in Taurus coming into Gemini, aren't we? How to build. Clarifiers, please. Thank you. Lots of clarifiers. Okay, the underlying shaman card, number 6. It's the cosmic womb, the divine feminine. Courage, Mars in Aries, activation of the solar plexus. And it's that courage to make the changes. Oh gosh, I am seeing so many like 180-degree turns in people's life path. Building something different that speaks to the heart, that activates the passion, that comes from a place of a sublimated ego. And the underlying clarifier, it's that moon. It's the lifting up of the wisdom. Yeah, okay. I want to... what if that's the feminine? And what if that's the masculine? And what if that's what links them? Let's have a look at this. Coincidentally, 7 cards have come out, so I've just randomly split them. I'm going to imagine that these 3 are the feminine and these 3 are the masculine. Let's see what links them. So in the... interesting. Okay. A series of strange events is what I get with this. Happenstance. And it can also kind of be that happy inner knowing that's coming alive, like the inner book is opening and you just know. I'm just going to go with what is. This is as Aryan as it gets. Yang, masculine, fire. Showing up on the feminine side. Let's see what comes. Do you know, if I didn't know better, I'd say that the masculine has allowed the priestess to elevate how he brings himself to the world, how the masculine shows up in the world. So that was the feminine. Masculine. So when the masculine speaks his truth, ooh, I get the word admonishment here. There's a lot of words here. Watch your words. It feels like the masculine has got so much to say, he doesn't know where to start. The masculine within us has so much to say. 14.5, it's Kundalini. It's telling the story, it's activating that inner truth. And I guess this is the maturity of having so many words that it may come out as admonishment. Kundalini, when not mastered, can be anger, wrong action, if you like. So learning to observe what's happening, what is happening here and what is happening in here, assisted by that higher feminine energy, will take our inner masculine into a deeper creative space. And in the sublimation of the ego, well, the masculine is going to be creating from a different energy, connected energy. And I'm going to get a clarifier on this. Because this is suggesting the fortune cookie is a shortcut to playing the long, careful game, the game of strategy and careful thought. But let's see what comes out with that. What's uniting this masculine and feminine energy is peace. So we're coming into a place of alignment within the self, aligning the masculine and feminine energies. And what I'm seeing in these cards is there's no dominating energy. It's flowing like this. It's curious. Ah, okay, all right. These two cards together for the masculine kind of spell patience. And when we act in haste from ego, we're not in tune with our soul path, we're not in tune with what the heart wants. But when we stop and listen, the answer will erupt from within, because the book is within. Everything you need is you brought in with you. It's all within. You just got to dig around and be patient. All right. So let's pull some surrender cards. Let's have a surrender card for the feminine energy, please. Thank you. And I get impatience with this card. Impatience. Surrender to the midpoint. Surrendering into peace. Well, how do we do that, Chrissy? Well, you accept what is. Because any resistance is coming from egoic need, dissatisfaction, expectation, entitlement, all that old stuff. Just get into that still space where you can hear yourself. It's like she's holding space. She's holding space for the masculine to come forward. It's all very watery. I've got to say this, it's not feeling sharply in contrast. There's no big loud messages. It's like this interaction of the masculine and the feminine working together, working out within us. What we. Yeah, it's like which way to walk forwards. It's that kind of energy. Which way do I walk forwards? And it's got to come from inner knowing. I think I started saying about a year ago, when the system starts crumbling, which it is, all we'll be left with really is intuition and passion. That's what's going to create the new. It feels like she's been waiting a wee while and she might be feeling a bit some kind of way about that. Oh my gosh, look at the masculine. It's madness. Listen to the body, patience, wait and listen. So he's really learning how to tune into the soma. Body has its own intelligence, doesn't really need the mind. Listen to your body's messages about a personal situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you feel physically drained on the day when Mars goes into Aries, then have a look at sidereal. So that's being in that moment of truth, personal truth. Masculine ego, compete, compare, achieve, success, push, drive, strive. When we surrender our attachment to results, we're kind of in this space of pure creative play, meaningless, purposelessness, joy. Look. It's a different kind of success, though. We've got to define success for ourselves, because the old paradigm of success is egoic, largely. But as we birth new kinds of success, that can be just the success of coming to peace in a moment. And what is abundance, and what's it going to feel like when you experience abundance? I think he's listening. I think he's listening. Non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Mars in Aries, Mars in Pisces. Pick. Breathe, focus on your own power, let others come to you. This is a very different expression of the feminine and masculine. It's like they're kind of merging, but they've still got specific messages. So the inner feminine has to surrender her negative thinking, and he has to just listen. Lovely. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up now. I see. Well, that's a different relationship. That is a different relation. That is the antithesis of that compete, compare. So the masculine is elevated. The masculine seems to have evolved. So this is the energy. I'm going to place this between them. And I'm not saying we're going to come into conversational harmony like that. It's going to take practice and we'll mess it up. But look at the space that these two energies are coming into. Oh. Surrender to surrender. So this is like letting go of that inner conflict that might need to win on one side and lose on the other side. And, you know, when you name something exactly as it is in that moment, you follow the facts without bias, without the old emotional story imprinting onto a simple truth. Name the facts. What happened here? What is this inner conflict? Reframing old conversations, letting go of that need to be right. So these are the energies that sit in the middle. So there are new opportunities for harmony here. Alignment, reconciliation, resilience. Moving into companionship. Where did that come from? Okay, that's just appeared on the desk. This is an evolved relationship with self, and when it gets built within, like I always say, build the cathedral. And you know, we're coming home to soul at the moment. If you check out the Ophiuchus channel and see the last reading I did there, that was all about owning our own soul. That's the greatest love. That is the deepest love you can experience, and you'll know it when it hits you. When you surrender to that level of intimacy, then companionship with the world gets infinitely more easy. Companionship between the masculine and the feminine becomes infinitely more easy. So surrender any fear of intimacy. That's it, peeps. Yeah, that's it. I'd love to see you over on the Zeta channel. You don't have to be Ophiuchus, you know, to be there. Ophiuchus is coming in as a collective energy. And I'm saying that because one or two people have messaged me saying, I'm not Ophiuchus. So you don't have to be, honey. Just come visit. And if it lands, it lands. And if it doesn't, it's not for you. It's really simple. We are the whole wheel. That's somewhere in our chart. We are the whole wheel. This is why when you feel in, if I feel into the truth of the planetary movement today, it doesn't feel like Mars in Aries for me. It feels like Mars in Pisces. So it's just learning to converse with our solar system, I guess. So that is it for now, my lovelies. It's great to be back here again. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Much love. Bye.